is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Hello, I'm Earl Stuart. I welcome you to Earl Stuart on Cars, a live talk show all about how to buy, lease, maintain, or repair your car without being ripped off by a car dealer. With me in the studio is Nancy Stuart, my wife, co-host, and a strong consumer advocate, especially for our female listeners. We also have Rick Kearney, an expert on how to keep your car running right. I dare you to ask a question that Rick can't answer about the mechanics or electronics of your car. Also with us is my son, Stu Stewart. Our link to cyberspace through Facebook, YouTube, text messaging, and our encrypted anonymous feedback service. Stu is also the Spymaster Director of our Mystery Shopping Report. He dispatches our secret shopper weekly to an unsuspecting car dealership. And now, on with the show. Good morning, everybody. We're back, and we're live. Sometimes we're not live. We can never use this show as a rerun because I just said we're live, so that would I'll have to stop saying that. But we are, as long as I've broken it out. I'll have to keep it that way. But we are here in the studio, and for you folks that are watching us, and I think about 20%, I think most of you are listening to us only, radio type of thing, and some of you are streaming us, about 20-25%. The guy that you're looking at is really me. You probably used to seeing me with a beard. I'm just telling you this to be sure you don't think this is an imposter. I accidentally shaved my beard off. Actually, I only accidentally shaved half of it off, but that looked pretty silly, so I shaved the rest of it off on purpose. Nancy Stewart is right beside me here, and she's in fact writing me a note. There she is, my sweetie pie. Anyway, we really have a good show for you this morning. And I just got a note here saying, yeah. No, don't say that. Okay, I won't say that. Anyway, we have to let you know, first and foremost, that we tend to talk about exciting things, new to us. But we have to remember that with our thousands and thousands, or tens of thousands of listeners and viewers, the nuts and bolts, the fundamentals, are particularly important, mainly because most people don't listen to the entire show. We're on for 2 hours, and from 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. And people tune in, tune out. The average listener, I'm told, is about 15 minutes. So you only hear a few shows, and when you hear them, you might only hear 15 minutes worth. So we do repeat ourselves. We're not here to amuse ourselves. We're here to educate and inform you and help you educate and inform others to avoid being ripped off by car dealers. So back to the nuts and bolts. Rick Kearney, sitting next to me, is a certified diagnostic master technician. And the certified diagnostic master technician is not just a made-up word. This is something that is earned by study, I guess you'd call it diplomas, keeping up to date. This is where, when you're looking for a mechanic, be sure that they are certified by ASE. Rick he has all of his certifications, and let me tell you, with the advent of technology and artificial intelligence and the rest of it, cars are changing faster than they have ever changed since Henry Ford. I mean, you come out with a new model now, you're talking new. I mean, really new. So if you've got a mechanic that's still working back in the 60s and 70s, and you bring him a 2026 new vehicle, you got a problem. So therefore, if you need to talk to Rick Kearney, you can call him at 877-960-9960. That's 877-960-9960. That's our telephone line, old-fashioned telephone line. Nancy Stewart, my co-host, my wife, co-founder of this show, is monitoring her laptop computer as we speak. And when you call the show, she sees that you're holding. We have 5 incoming lines, and she tries to keep them turning over so we don't keep you waiting too long. Hey, if you only watch the show for 15 minutes, we can't expect you to wait for 15 minutes. So 877 960 9960, and you can speak to Rick Kearney. He'll give you a free diagnosis. If you're worried about driving your car, he can tell you if it's safe to drive. Anything to do with a car, and consider it's a computer now. Computerized transportation on wheels. He can advise you if it's a serious problem, a dangerous problem, where to get it fixed and how to get it fixed, and pay a reasonable amount of money. Rick Kearney, 877-960-9960. And you can text him. It's 772-497-6530. He reached Nancy and me at those same numbers. Now, there's a special video display of us on YouTube and also Facebook. Rick is famous on YouTube, and that's youtube.com/Earl on Cars. youtube.com/Earl on Cars. And we have got a bunch of, mainly guys. I'm sure there's some women out there. The guys are more talkative. Cars are a guy's thing for a long time. That's no more the case. And Nancy will be talking a whole lot about that. Cars are now 50-50. If anything, women are buying more cars and paying for more cars than the men. So it's a new world out there. And Nancy Stuart, my co-host, will explain that to you. She has a very, very special offer for first-time callers. If you haven't called the show before and you're female, she has an offer that is too good to believe, but it's true. Now, in the past, Nancy was mailing you a check. We get your contact information, and I can't give away all the details, but we have a new way of getting your surprise to you that is instantaneous. I mean, yeah, you call the show, and the surprise that you will love, and she'll explain it to you, is instantaneous. You will have it during the show. How do we do that? I'm not going to tell you. Nancy will tell you how we're going to do that. And it's really cool. I mean, you're going to like this a lot. Nancy, as I say, is a female advocate. She's been that way all her life. I mean, Nancy is, nobody will believe it, but she's almost as old as I am. Oh, by the way, we both had birthdays. Thank you all for the birthday wishes recently. And we're both feeling good and cranking and going to be doing this show hopefully for a long, long more time. And I repeat, if you're streaming us, that strange-looking guy with a bare face, that's Earl Stewart. That's me. And I accidentally shaved my beard off. I haven't decided whether to let it grow back or not. If you want to let me know the truth, we have a special way to let me know the truth about shaving my beard off. That's youranonymousfeedback.com. People always tell me how good I look and how good I sound, but that's because they want to be nice to me. And I do the same. You don't want to tell somebody, boy, you're ugly. You don't want to say to somebody, you bore me to death. No. You tell people what they want to hear. That's being nice. That's human nature. So to tell me the truth, you go to a website, youranonymousfeedback.com. YOURANONYMOUS feedback. FEEDBACK.com. Youranonymousfeedback.com. Website, you go there, and nobody knows who you are, where you are, your address, your phone number, your email. Nobody knows that. It's totally anonymous. A lot of blue chip companies are using this to get input from their customers and their employees. I mean, people will tell you the truth when they know you can't hunt them down. You know, you can't come after them if you don't like what they say. So I'm not going to come after you. Tell me if I should grow the beard back. Your anonymous feedback.com. Oh, I saw Rick typing a message. He might be telling me something I don't want to hear. I'm only kidding. Okay, I've been yakking too long. My lovely wife, Nancy, is sitting across from me. I'm going to turn that microphone over to her, and she will tell you, especially, what a lot of ladies out there have been waiting for a long time to hear about cars. Nancy, the microphone.
Good morning,
is all
everyone,
yours.
and welcome. Our telephone number to reach us is 877-960-9960. Would you like to text us? 772-497-6530. And as Earl mentioned earlier, take advantage of youranonymousfeedback.com. Last week we talked about haggling, negotiating. Guess what? Last time I was in Publix, which has been many years, I wasn't able to negotiate. The last time I ordered from Amazon, which was 30 seconds ago, I wasn't able to negotiate. It is just amazing that haggling in car dealerships isn't modern at all. There's not a lot of people, consumers, anybody, men, women, who know this. It's actually left over. It is left over from ancient marketplaces where bargaining was necessary. It was mandatory. It was a survival tool. Rugs, spices, you name it, livestock. We're talking purchasing a vehicle. It can't be that difficult. We're not reinventing the wheel. Car dealers, car salesmen, whomever you are, whether you're looking to lease, whether you're looking to buy, whether you're looking to rent, there isn't any negotiating. No negotiating. It's fair. It's transparent. Get with the program, guys. You're not in the 21st century. Also, I want to take a moment to express how smart women are. How they're the most practical car buyers. The most practical car buyers out there. Why? They spend time talking. We love to talk. We love to express ourselves. We want our voices to be heard. With that said, they do so much research that you would think that there isn't room for taking advantage of women, but it happens on so many occasions. Last week, we had a mystery shopper report where it was in black and white. A car salesman attempted to rip the telephone from the mystery shopping. I lost my train of thought.
Agent Lightning.
Agent Lightning's hand. This is what happens when you're in fast mode, ladies and gentlemen. And we've been going at about 160 miles an hour since about 3:30 this morning. Yeah, we live life in the fast lane. Not a good place to be. Anyway, back to last week. Was anybody in shock that today, in the 21st century, something like that would take place? Guess what? It happens more often than we know. More often than we know. And that brings me to Earl's recent column that I fell in love with, and that is the deal that nobody talks about. Nobody wants to admit that they've been taken advantage of. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. But he wrote a column, and if you get a chance, go to Earl on Cars. Bring up that column. It is so telling. The deal that nobody wants to talk about. Okay, I will talk about the ladies. talk about the ladies. First two new lady callers. First two new lady callers. We have a surprise for you this morning. Take advantage of the phone number. Take advantage of the phone number, not the text, not your anonymous feedback. You've got to give us a call. We've got to speak to you. I'll share that surprise with you. First two new lady callers. Are you curious? How curious are you? Give us a call toll free, 877-960-9960. Now back to the recovering car dealer.
Well, thank you. I think that I failed to mention that when we started this show 22 years ago, I think it's been, we actually had 0 female callers. And it was like it was a man's club. I mean, women were not allowed. And that was what really got Nancy started on trying to build the audience. And right now we're at 50-50. So part of it had to do with the way the times have changed, and women are certainly being acknowledged more and more and more. We're still a long way off. And I'm going to, can I give away the secret about the first-time female caller?
You can, but for one moment, let me
Yeah.
make it clear. My personality, my DNA, it didn't happen on Earl on Cars 22 years ago. It happened in the 50s when women were so disrespected, and I was way ahead of my time. I entertained the idea because I was a strong female advocate even back then. I was a strong female advocate. You've got to let your voice be heard. Sure, this is important, Earl on Cars, and what we're doing for women and how we're trying to encourage you to give us a call. You're an extremely important part of the show. I'll give it back to Earl. He can share with you what the surprise is for the first two new lady callers. 877-960-9960. Earl?
Well, as a lot of you ladies out there already know, especially the winners, our first-time callers, there's hundreds of you out there. Nancy sent you a check. She wrote out a check and mailed it to you. And over the years, you know how the U.S. Parcel Service, the mail sometimes, and mistakes and things like that. So it might take days or in weeks sometimes before the checks got through to you.
If that, most of the cases, I would get a phone call.
Yes.
I would get a phone call that the check had been lost.
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do now. And when you call the show, we have Jeremy in the control room. When you call the show and you're a first-time caller, Nancy's going to give you a free Amazon gift certificate, $50 Amazon gift certificate. On Amazon, you can buy anything you want. I mean, anything. So when you will get that while you're on the show, because you will give Jeremy your email address, and while you're talking to Jeremy, you look at your smartphone, and there will be the Amazon gift certificate. So it'll be instant, $50 when you call the show. That's pretty cool. So you can basically get your $50 and buy something while we're on the air instead of having to wait days or weeks. So please remember, 877-960-9960. The first two female callers will get a $50 gift certificate to Amazon immediately. Now, remember also, gift certificates aren't all the same. A lot of gift certificates expire. A lot of gift certificates only allow you to buy, a quart of milk. Amazon gift certificates never expire, and you can buy anything you can imagine. So it's like cash, but you get it instantly while you're talking on the phone on the show. So 877-960-9960, the first two new female callers. And you ladies out there, even if you've already called the show, I bet you got a friend, a female friend, say, hey, Mary, you want $50 in the next 20 minutes? Here, call this number. It is true. It sounds too good to be true. I'm sorry, my son, Stuart, will not be in today. I know a lot of you call in, and he's been out frequently. He's having severe back problems. Unfortunately, it looks like surgery is going to be required. He came by the house the other day for Nancy's and my birthday to wish us happy birthday. I say he came by. His brothers had to drive him, and he can't drive, and he can't walk. So he's kind of helped into the house, and I saw him. But he's in a lot of pain. We wish you the very best, and the surgery will be hopefully something that'll relieve all the pain he's having. So I know I'll convey your well wishes to Stu, and he's probably listening to the show right now. So we hope he gets better real soon. I'm gonna turn the microphone over to Rick Kearney for a second.
I think that we're going to have to go to the phones because the lines are lit up.
Ooh.
Ladies, please email me, text me. How do you like this change that is about to take place? How do you feel about an Amazon gift card? I'd love your opinion. Your opinion counts. Moving forward, ladies, have you ever walked into a dealership and felt like as if that you're being talked down to, that you're feeling pressured? All of the things that so many ladies have shared with me and haven't called the show, they're embarrassed. Ladies, email me, text me with your opinion about the Amazon card, whether you were in this position of being rushed, being talked down to, being pressured. It's important. Our number here is 877-960-9960. We're going to go to our first female caller. We have 2 new female callers this morning, back to back.
Wow.
That's a beautiful thing. So all this ranting that I've been doing week in and week out, well, it's been productive. We're going to go to the first young lady from Tequesta, and I believe her name is Milan. Good morning. Welcome to Earl on Cars.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Mylan. Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. I listen to your show quite often on Sundays. It's so informative, very, very impactful. And I just had a couple of questions. Nancy, to your point, I did get a new car recently, about 5 or 6 months ago. I purchased mine down in Miami. I got a Honda HR-V Sport. And one of my questions, and I had a fairly good experience. I took another girlfriend down with me. I didn't feel like I was rushed, even though maybe I went there early in the morning. There weren't a lot of people around, but it went fairly smooth. I've had other experiences where it hasn't worked out that way. But one of the questions I wanted to ask was...
Excuse me for interrupting you. Did you say, Milan, did you say that was a Honda that you purchased?
HR-V Sport, yes.
An HR-V Sport?
Correct, 2022.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, low miles. And I wanted to find out if Hondas hold their value still like Toyotas do.
They sure do. And Nancy will tell you that we recommend Honda probably as often as we recommend Toyota. We have a Toyota dealership, but we try to be totally impartial. And if Consumer Reports will back us up on that. Right, Nancy?
Exactly. And, from time to time, I open the show and I talk about Honda, and they are our competition. What a great vehicle. And I don't know whether you did some research or how you went about this purchase, but it was a good move on your part. Another excellent move is taking your girlfriend with you. I'll tell you what, I myself wouldn't even walk into a dealership by myself. So you obviously are an educated consumer.
Thank you. It was. Like I said, it was a fairly smooth experience. I had a wonderful salesman. I speak a little bit of Spanish, so he spoke Spanish too. So we were able to kind of go back and forth and at least me practice my Spanish. But I felt like I got a fairly good deal.
Can you mention the name of the dealer? We'd like to give him a plug because people listen to the show looking for honest Honda dealers. We'd like to hear who he is.
Yes, it's a used Honda, and I purchased it from Ocean Mazda down in Miami, way south. In fact, it's interesting. After I purchased the car, I drove it up to Jupiter, and I was staying at a friend's house in Jupiter, and the next morning I woke up and I went to start the car, and the car wouldn't start. And, excuse me, that wasn't it. The next morning when I went to wake up, I went to open the car, unlock it, and it wouldn't unlock. With the remote, the fob, it wouldn't unlock. So I thought, well, what the heck is going on? So then it's got the manual, the manual key. You can open it. Was not opening it up. So I called the dealership, and I explained what was going on. They sent a driver all the way from Miami to pick the vehicle up.
Wow.
It went back down to Miami. It was the battery. They took it to Honda to get a brand new battery, and then they drove the vehicle back to me in Jupiter. I was staying with a friend in Jupiter at the time, but drove it all the way back. So I thought that was great. But you know what? The thing is I put my foot down. I said, I am not going down there. I just purchased this car. Somebody's got to come up and get this car. I'm not I'm not making my way or having it towed down there. So they took care of all of that.
Good for you.
Which was great. Yeah.
Congratulations. There are good stories out there. You just shared one of them. And, I hate to come on the air and just talk about the bashing that women get and the pressure that they get and so many terrible, terrible things. But things are changing. I want to be clear about that. There is some great dealers out there, and you just proved it. That is an unbelievable story, mainly because you live up this way and you went south all the way to Miami.
Is that
Not
West
only
Kendall?
that, but you put your foot down. You said, I'm not traveling south again. You've got to come pick up my car. Your voice was heard, and this proved to be a respectable dealership that you went to.
Yeah, it's one of the things that thank you, Nancy. One of the things that they gave me an option of doing was to, call a tow truck or whatever and have my car towed to a local Honda dealer. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. You are going to take care of this for me. You are going to take care of this. I don't care how you take care of it, but I don't want to have to do that. I just purchased the car yesterday, so I remember that little option that they gave me, too. See if you can tow it, we'll reimburse you. Nope, not happening. I'm not going to do that. So I did. I just stood firm, and they took care of the whole thing for me. One of the things that I was amazed at that I did not know was if the battery goes, you can't get into your car, even with the manual key, which I thought was interesting.
Very interesting. And also, when you say towing, I've been in that position. That makes me very, very nervous. Another position to be in, that your car, you can't open the trunk. You can't do anything. It's a very frustrating situation to be in. Everything is dead.
Yeah.
And you just want to scream, but you did the right thing. Rick Kearney is going to, he's going to give you some information that I probably didn't think of.
Yeah, I'd double check that on the manual key, because that's simply a physical thing that shouldn't require any electricity whatsoever for the car.
Right.
If it's not turning in the lock, did they get you 2 keys with it?
Yes, I got 2 fobs. Yes.
Check the manual key and the other one. Check both of them. and
Okay.
to see if one of them will work in it. If not, what you might want to do is go into a Honda dealer and say, hey, this manual key's not working. If the car is still under 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, they should fix that for free. Any dealer, you don't have to go to Miami. Any Honda dealer will take care of that. But those manual keys, that's what they're designed for, is if the battery on your car is completely dead, that manual is still supposed to unlock the car. So
Yep.
if it's not working, I would have that checked out very, very quickly at a dealership to make sure that it's working right. Because even if it isn't, if there's something wrong with the key, they can simply cut you a new manual key, just
Thanks,
that little
Rick.
portion.
Thank you very much.
Oh, good. Good. I will definitely do that, Rick. Thank you very much for that. I will definitely take care of that because, I was obviously just being in the situation itself was very panicking to me because I had just purchased the car.
Of
But
course.
that added on top of that, I was like, this is just not making sense. They sold me
Exactly.
a lemon. They sold me a lemon.
Yeah, that's what you're led to assume when you're in a
Yes,
position
Well,
of
let's stay on the
feeling
line
so
because we got
helpless.
some other callers holding
We
here,
do,
I believe.
but Milan, I want to tell you to your question earlier. That subcompact vehicle that you purchased, it does hold its value. It holds its
you.
value very well for a subcompact, and that was a great choice. I congratulate
Thank you.
Look for your certificate from Amazon. It'll be emailed to you directly. And if there's any problem, please, I think by now the world knows how to get in touch with me. I thank you.
But you have to
Have
stay
a great
on.
weekend.
You have to stay on the line and give that number, your email address, to Jeremy in the control room.
In the control room. So go ahead and do that, Mala. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great weekend.
And you have a blessed Christmas. Thank you.
Merry Christmas. It's great to hear those words. Not everyone expresses Merry Christmas. I love it. We're going to go to our next first-time female caller, and she's calling us from Boca. It's Ellen. Ellen, are you still
Yes.
with us?
Yeah, I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you. My question was really, I bought a used car from, one of these dealers that don't really have much information on the car. So when I went, I started to get pop-ups that I need service B, et cetera. Then I went to, it's a Mercedes. I went to the Mercedes dealer, and he gave me like a laundry list of all these things that I needed to do to the tune of about $2,000. And I basically said to him, what is the urgent situation? And I paid for, I don't know, rotation or oil change or whatever. And he still says that I need about $700 worth of miscellaneous checks to the car. And the question is, how do I really know that that's legitimate and what I really need?
Do you have a mechanic that you trust that you've used before?
No, I could source that. I could source that. I mean, that's one of my thoughts. And have them do some sort of diagnostic and all that, too. Unfortunately, like I said, when you buy a car, there's very little information as to what kind of prior servicing.
So you haven't bought it yet, right?
No, I haven't. No, I bought it.
I would go to a certified. I go to a mechanic, independent mechanic, that had his certification, all of his certifications. Maybe a friend or a relative or somebody you know knows a mechanic. Not at the dealership that you want to buy the vehicle. And
Right.
and you go to that good mechanic, and you say, I want you to do a check over on this car I'm about to buy. Look it over And if you'd buy it for yourself, or you'd buy it for your family, or that your children would ride in it, then that's good. If there's something wrong with the car that would make you nervous, tell me what it is. Anything that would be serious, safety-wise, or any other serious problem. Let him and then say, how much would you charge me to inspect that car? He'll probably say around $200. It might be $150, it might be $250, but it'll be the best $250 you ever spent. And you get a laundry list, or maybe he says it's okay, it's perfect if you're lucky. But chances are there'll be some things on there. Then take it back to the dealer that wants to sell it to you. Say, I can't buy it because these things are wrong. If you take care of these 3 things, I'll buy the car. That's the best way to handle your situation.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Ellen, let me add something else to this. I'm not sure, how much time you spent on researching this vehicle that you want, that you love, obviously. But there's a lot of online ratings, dealer ratings that are out there, like Google, like Yelp, Dealer Rater. There's a BB&B, and they can be manipulated. Some buyers don't rely on all of these stars that also can be manipulated. So there's a lot of homework out there. And you talk about purchasing a vehicle, I don't care whether it's new or it's used, it's like purchasing a home. There's 2 major investments that you're going to purchase in your lifetime, and you want that car to run for a lifetime. So there's a lot of homework. It's not like it used to be. Things have gotten complicated, so I wish you a lot of luck. I hope that you call back and let us know what your decision was, and most of all, whether or not the mechanic found anything wrong with your vehicle.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Don't forget to stay on the line and talk to Jeremy.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a great weekend. Okay, we're going to go to Howard. Howard has been holding. Hopefully he's calling us from Jupiter and not the, freezing city of Manhattan or the Bronx. Good morning, Howard.
Good morning. How are you all doing? I'm freezing here.
Oh no, you're still there.
No, I got good news and not so good news. My place won't be sold till February, beginning of February.
Oh, jeez.
So I have to hang around. It's freezing. Fortunately, it doesn't snow that much in the Northeast like it used to. So we're going to get like 1 inch. I remember years ago, we used to get, you're from Pennsylvania, you remember 6 feet.
We're talking feet.
Yeah, I know.
We're talking not being able to get out the front door. When you got out the front door, I had my shovel and a cup of hot water. I had to shovel my way to my vehicle, and then I had to pour hot water on the door handle.
Wow, that's really intense. Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. Who is Mr. Waxman?
The Wexner that Nancy and I know is a surgeon, a colorectal surgeon, who used to be at Cleveland Clinic and is now at Georgetown Med Center.
No, I'm talking about the guy that works for you.
Mr. Wexner. I don't. Who is Mr. Wexner?
Who's Mr.? What's his first name, Howard?
I don't know, but I think his name was Feldman. Feldman.
So he's in the sales department.
Feltman. Mark Feltman?
Yes.
He's in the service. He's in the service department. You're talking about the car salesman?
No. I'm talking about. I'm just wondering what his position is, Mr. Feldman.
Oh, Feldman.
Mark Feldman, like Rick said.
Yeah, service manager.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Okay, here's the story with me. I'm going to be stuck here until February. That means like a month and a half.
Hey, stuck is a good word.
I know. The mileage is going to be, I'm not doing too much mileage, but it's going to be over a month and a half with the oil. Should I have the oil changed by Toyota? Can I wait if it's over a month and a half? So I guess I better speak to
If it's simply a matter of a little longer time, that won't be an issue on the Tires for Life.
That was my question. Because I get Tires for Life, and I'll be there for life, as well as Tires for Life. So, good. You give me good insurance that there won't be a problem. Okay, guys. So I'll see you in February.
All
Stay
right.
warm.
Okay, I will.
Great hearing from you, Howard. Give us a call before February. We love hearing from you. Howard's a regular caller. Our number here is 877-960-9960, and you can text us at 772-497-6530. And I see the recovering car dealer wants my attention.
I have a question. Do you think we should give away 2 more $50 Amazon gift cards because of the fact that the first 2 went immediately as soon as we told them about the offer?
Yeah.
And I think this idea of having instant payment of the $50 is really going to have a positive effect on our callers. It's up to you.
Well, I think, this goes to, I guess, being together almost 40 years. Earl was just thinking the same thing, and he verbalized the same identical thing I was thinking. So for that, every female that calls today is going to get an Amazon gift card. I'm going to give away the house because that's who I am. 877-960-9960. Please text us if you're a little bashful at 772-497-6530. Don't forget your anonymousfeedback.com. We are going to go to John in Palm City. Welcome, John.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Last week, yes, good morning. Last week, by the way, happy birthday to both of you. I couldn't call in because I had some dental work, but here's what's going on. Last week's shopping report was not only the worst that I heard in 22 years. I did marketing and sales for corporate America, and anybody that's not enthusiastic for the product they sell, no matter what it is they will not get hired and they will be fired. It was unbelievable that a salesman could talk somebody out of a vehicle that they wanted to buy. So I don't know what's going on with the dealers in Martin County especially. There's anger involved beyond belief, and I'll tell you one of the reasons. Costco opened this year, okay?
Right.
And Costco is not only killing them 50 cents a gallon at least cheaper, and there's 4 discount people, Speedway, Wawa, 7-Eleven, Racetrack in the area, and somebody went to the city and demanded that the sign on Counter Highway, that they take it down, advertising their price. Yes, absolutely.
Unbelievable.
And then it gets worse than that. Every week at Costco, right at the entrance, is the Costco buying program with literature, and the actual car, each week rotated, different manufacturers, okay? They don't show you the dealer, which is smart. You have to call the Costco number and your membership. And then on the window, they omit the MSRP, but they have savings Costco program, and it can be as much as $2,000, but you have to inquire and find out off the MSRP. And I'll tell you something, the dealers are in an uproar because I think there's a monopoly in Stuart, in my opinion.
Well, I think you're right. Bill Wallace, let's call the name. Bill Wallace owns most of the dealerships up there.
Well, the only one I happened to speak to a guy, and he said he saw that car, and it was this week. There's a Honda dealer, a car, and it's from the Honda of Stuart. So most likely they're participating. But again, they're smart. Costco doesn't give you the name until you call their number and, show your membership. But it's anger beyond belief, I can see, and it's caused by Costco. And they fought Costco in Palm City for years. They fought them for almost 10 years coming into Stuart. And they're here now, and look out for all the other business because there's nothing like competition. And Costco does the job. I can't tell you how I look forward. And also the gasoline line is unbelievable, but not as bad as North Lake Boulevard because you go pretty. They have new hoses that you, when your gas tank is on the other side, you can stretch the hose tremendous. Plus, there's attendants over there to show you how the machine works, and it's very simple. And it is gasoline. That's the higher tier, number 5, and I have checked it on my car, and I'm getting better gas mileage. And then I notice on the hose, there's a big, thick filter, additional filter, that they probably change regularly. So I can't see anybody not using or getting a Costco membership. You get a couple of fill-up on your tanks, and you save the cost of joining the Costco membership club. So
you know something, John? What you just said, about the lines, we drive down North Lake Boulevard. It is so telling. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. There is a line. People go to Costco. Why? There's no haggling.
Exactly.
You're going to pay what you're going to pay. That's it.
I go for the hot dogs.
I had it yesterday. $1.50. The size of it is unbelievable. It's like I was back in New York and Coney Island. Unbelievable. But one other fast thing without holding you. Now I got 2 of them already. It's a first class. It looks like a W-2 statement. You get it in the mail. You got to cut the 2 sides open. I got one of them in front of me right here. Oh, warning. Motor vehicle services. Your warranty has expired. My car's 17 years old. What warranty? Okay, to begin with. Then they hide the company. I needed them. You call this 800 number no later than such and such a date. And the company, I can't find it anywhere except small print on the bottom. It's called AP USA, whoever the heck they are.
Yeah.
But it looks so official. There's numbers on there, and contacts. Use this as approval code. And I've gotten 2 of them already, but I'll tell you who's at fault. Florida was caught, and 19 other states, selling the information to outside people on your driver's license and your car registration.
Wow.
And that's how they're getting your name and your number.
Oh,
they were probably getting the payoff. It's amazing. This direct mail is so bad, and the reason being they're underneath the radar. If you do a TV ad or a Facebook ad, people can do a screenshot of it. You can take a picture of an ad, but and the regulator might see it. I mean, not that the regulators would do anything about it, but if you ran a full-page scam ad, there'd be somebody that saw it that would probably want to take some action. But direct mail, it goes to you, and nobody else sees it. And that's how they get away with this. But what you just described, John, is not just illegal, it's just absurdly illegal. And the regulators can claim, well, I didn't know about that. I didn't get a copy of that direct mail. How was I supposed to know?
Well, one fast thing. The one that's shadiest of all of them, and they're doing so many advertisements on cable TV, is Endurance. Endurance was caught outright with fraud, with misrepresenting advertising, and it's a scam as far as I'm concerned.
And John, are they still on the air?
Oh my God!
Are
Cable
they
TV,
still on the air? I'll say it again. I already know the answer to what you just said. I just can't believe it. Everybody wants to put a new law on the books. Why don't we enforce the laws that are on the books already? How does Endurance get away with this outrageous behavior and the number of people that they have taken advantage of?
Absolutely. Unbelievable. And some of the things that's nonsense. Rick will tell you. There's a woman that comes on, and she says, I have a $1,400 bill, and I didn't pay a dime for a seat sensor. Now, Rick will tell you, what can a seat sensor be? Only a heated seat, right or wrong? Am I right?
Actually, no. Seat sensor can be there for the airbag system, seat belt sensors. There's quite a few different for seat position sensors. There's quite a few different sensors now for seats.
Well, he even gets specific. an engine for $8,000, and it's all paid people. That's why it said these people have been paid.
Oh yeah,
you know, but they've been fined heavily, and they continue.
It doesn't matter which way you slice it.
Exactly.
It's deception.
and those things are ridiculous. By the way, with your comments about Costco, Anne Marie had sent her text in. I wanted to read just this one portion of it.
Yes.
She says, right now, the Costco Auto Program has a holiday limited time special with exclusive incentives on a wide range of trucks, SUVs, EVs, and more, featuring Chevrolet, GMC, Cadillac, Volvo, and Polestar vehicles. Other manufacturers are part of the regular program, but not part of the special limited time incentives right now. And she goes on to ask if Toyota ever does this, which I don't think Toyota has been doing it. But so if anyone's interested in one of those vehicles,
and Chrysler are the main ones that use it.
Yeah, but if anyone's interested in one of those vehicles, Polestar, Volvo, Chevy, GMC, or Cadillac, I would definitely be looking at Costco right now.
It sounds fabulous. Thank God for Costco.
Thank God for transparency.
As
John,
for the fuel,
I just want to let you know that you make the show. We appreciate you calling week in and week out. There's not a moment that you don't share news with us that we don't have. And for that, we're very thankful for you. My lines are lit up. I think Rick has one more thing to add to this.
as for Costco fuel, when I drive by at 6 in the morning and I pull in to get fuel, I never wait in line.
You're smart. It's a good time.
Yep.
John, thank you so much.
All right, guys. Thanks for being there. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. We're going to go to another first-time female caller. Her name is Julie, and she's calling from Palm Beach Gardens. Good morning, Julie.
Hi, how are ya?
We're well. Julie, did you hear me announce the gift card from Amazon that you would receive if you called in?
Yes, because I was listening to you guys. And
Okay.
I
Did
thought,
you hear
I'll
me
call.
say that I was going to give every female that was listening that could get through on the lines an Amazon gift certificate? Did you hear me say
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, Julie, don't forget to stay on the line for this giveaway and talk to Jeremy in our control room. What can we do for you this morning?
I was just calling because sometimes when I plug my car in, the plug gets overheated. And I had an electrician come out, and he said it wasn't the plug. I mean, it wasn't the wiring in the wall. So I just wondered if you guys knew what it would be, what it could be.
What? I'm guessing this is a Tesla with home charger.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a Tesla, and I have my own charger at my house. And a little red thing comes up on my phone and says that it's overheated, and they slow it down when I'm charging it at night.
Is there
I think
anything?
it probably has to do
have you had any
with
problems with the connection?
No. And this just started happening. So I was thinking that I would have to take my plug and bring it up to Tesla and have them check it out because my electrician said it's definitely not from the wall.
Oh, okay. You had that confirmed. Earl?
My guess is
yeah.
my guess is your electrician is wrong. I think that what you probably have is not enough power. You would have to increase your power output in your garage or wherever you're plugging it in. You got air conditioners and you got a lot of other devices in a home, and when you plug your Tesla in and it begins to charge, it draws quite a bit of electricity. As a matter of fact, when we first got our Teslas, we plugged our Tesla in the garage, and that time we only had one Tesla. And in the middle of the night, all the lights went out, and we had to put in a new breaker box and increase our power.
Yeah, just to
because of that
accommodate.
charge.
Julie, I have an important question for you. How long have you been plugging in at that same connection your Tesla?
I've had my car almost 4 years.
4 years, and this suddenly happened. Rick.
Yeah.
From Donovan, who now
He's got all the
I
answers.
trust Donovan here on YouTube. The man has just got incredible information. He says, for the caller, it is the outlet most likely. He says, you have a cheap, or if you have a cheap, and he says NEMA, N-E-M-A, which all capitals, which I'm guessing is a brand name, 14-50 outlet, get a better electrician. All the connections need to be loosened and retightened, and the Tesla wall connector has a sensor right in the plug head for temperature, and it's telling you the outlet is getting hot. It has a poor connection.
Yeah, that's what it's doing.
Yeah.
Yes, but okay, well, my electrician who installed it and had everything done, I've used him for years. He's a great guy. He said it's not that, but I will certainly call somebody else and have them come out.
I think that's a good idea.
ChatGPT says that NEMA is the National Electrical Manufacturers Association, the trade group, and so that's the apparently the manufacturer or the UL, the authorization company for these outlets.
Yeah,
I would definitely. And Donovan even says it's not a brand name; it's the type of outlet the EVs and dryers use. I would definitely ask your electrician to recheck that and possibly even get a second opinion from another electrician, someone that has experience with Tesla.
Well, I wanted to ask you, though. I mean, I've been using the same outlet for 4 years. Why all of a sudden? I mean, if it wasn't doing what it was supposed to, it would have showed me a long time ago.
Well,
if it
your
wasn't
home
done
may
right.
your home may be consuming more energy. This is the time of year. Used to be the time of year when we used a lot of air conditioning. The past few days we haven't, but
I have.
Yeah,
I have.
Yeah, so I think that's what happened to us. It may not be your problem, but it did happen to us.
And sometimes, even though it's in your home, sometimes those wiring connections can loosen a little bit. So if that's happened, if the wire's gotten a little loose,
you just don't think about it.
Yeah, that can cause resistance and cause high temperatures.
Well, I would have thought that when my electrician came, that he would have seen something like that. But certainly I will call somebody else because
that
I don't know
second
what else
opinion,
it would be.
I'm for that.
I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah.
I mean,
after 4
what else
years?
can it be?
And
I know,
Yeah,
that's why I called him first. You know what I mean?
Donovan also says sometimes the outlets can get worn out, and he recommends to get a company called Hubble. The brand of outlet is Hubble, and to get a hardwired EV charger.
Are you a first-time caller?
Yes,
I am.
she is.
I am. Yeah,
Well, you just
I'm a
got-
first-time caller.
Yeah, and I told her
I
when
didn't
she
realize
called,
that.
that she needed to stay
Great.
on the line after our conversation so that she could give her information to Jeremy. Julie, I am all for a second opinion. I have had so
hear
many
ya. I
problems
hear ya.
recently with electricians. It's just incredible. And when you own a
Yeah.
house or an apartment or whatever it is, it's an ongoing, every single day problem. This is no
Well,
exaggeration.
I'm happy that,
But when
happy that
something
it
just
could be
pops
that, yeah.
up like that after 4 years, that would stir my curiosity. And if you've had this electrician this long, obviously he's done some great things. But I'm sorry, I would get a second opinion.
No, you're right. You're right. He might have missed something. And,
Yeah, exactly. Another set of
I
eyes.
hope it is the electrician because I didn't want it to be any problems with my car. I never have any problems with my car, though. I love my Tesla. But the Tesla is just an amazing car.
It definitely is.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for helping me on that. I'm
Okay,
glad
Julie,
I
give
was
us a
listening
call
to you
back
guys.
and let us know what the problem was. Please.
I will. I absolutely will. Yeah.
and spread the
thanks.
word
You guys,
that we are building a platform here for the ladies because guess what?
I know because one of my girlfriends told me to start listening to you, so I did, and then I
There's-
absolutely will. Yeah,
There's
you guys are
nothing
doing
like
a great job.
that kind of advertisement. Word of mouth is priceless. It is just amazing. And ladies need to know how important they are in this industry. And my favorite word, finances. They support these dealers financially. Without women, they would drown. We have a huge impact on the auto industry financially. Thank you, Jolie.
Yes. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, Frank, you get an award this morning. Frank's calling us from Jupiter Farms. You are a very patient man.
Well, thank you. For my patience, here's my joke, but I got little stuff to talk. What if I identify as a female today? Do I get $50?
Don't mess with me, Frank. I know where you live.
I'm teasing. I know. I'm teasing. Just to let you know, Amory and I have been going around. We want to get a toy car. We have a beautiful Lexus sedan, brand new. Amory has an SQ5, almost new. I have a King Ranch truck. We don't need any more cars, but we want something fun. When we first met, I had an F-type Jaguar R that was supercharged engine. I had flown supersonic jets in the Air Force at one point. It's fun. I probably should get one of your plaids, and that'll give me the speed we need. But I like the vroom vroom noise. But so we've been going around different car dealers. We could give you about 6 mystery shopping reports. It's incredible how different people treat. Luckily, no one tried taking paper from us yet. But here's my question. One, we mentioned Earl Stuart, oh my goodness, it's like throwing a hand grenade among these people. They just go bonkers. But because I tried taking, I don't want these junk fees. Take the junk fees off. I said, otherwise I might get in that class action suit that's going to come down the road to you guys. No, because if we took off you, then we'd be in trouble taking off you and not the other people we take advantage of. I said, oh, God, it's amazing. But here's a quick thing. On Wednesday, I did see a car that really was to fit our bill. It would be perfect. I spoke to this salesman around 5, and he told us about this car on their lot. And when we looked over thoroughly on the internet and said, this is a perfect car, and he quoted me a price of like $91,000, and it's a 2-year-old Mercedes-Benz SL 5.5 that had a list price of $155 originally just 2 years ago. So I said, yeah, can I put some money down and I'll come in tomorrow? No, we can't take any money down on the phone, and we're getting ready to close. So he said, I'll be in at 11 tomorrow. So we waited for him to come to around 11 when we got there. And we went to get the keys, and he said, oh, I can't believe it. Just was sold 5 minutes ago. But when we saw on the drive-in, they raised their price from $91,000 to $97,000, or maybe it was $97,000. He quoted us incorrectly. So I think he realized that we were going to try and get this car for $91,000 when they really want $97,000. Do I have any recourse? I mean, the car they already sold, but I guess probably not. Just where it goes, huh?
Well, that's obvious when they say they wouldn't take money over the phone. That was the first red flag, because I've never known a car dealer salesman that wouldn't love to get a credit card number and and lock in the deal. So he gave away the fact that he didn't want to lock in the deal, and that would be only because he wouldn't honor the price. So that was pretty good detective work.
Yeah, I had a feeling. It's just, it's unfortunate. We did see the car. The wife and I went there, and the color combination and only 3,000 miles on a certified used car.
Yeah.
And it dropped 55,000 from the original price 2.5 years ago was incredible. But such is life.
That's a great lesson from your experience as to why calling or emailing is the only way to start buying a car. If you get that kind of treatment, you just scratch them off the list. Process of elimination. If you call a car dealership who will either lie to you over the phone, which is what happened here, or give you a refusal to give a out-the-door price, you can say, I want to buy this car, and I want to write you out a check. Tell me how much the check should be for. And if they won't do that, they don't want to sell the car at that price. And start out with asking that question by email or telephone. and it saves you a lot of shoe leather and time. And when you finally find somebody that says, okay, you can probably go drive in and take delivery.
Exactly. Well, the other thing, too, once I got there, then they tried pushing me in other cars. They had this Porsche, they had something else. It was like a bait and switch thing, and it really kind of disappointed me. But real quick back, we've gone up to Stuart area to look at the car dealers. Oh my goodness gracious! You go in there, and once they get your driver's license, your phone number, it's been going crazy. I sent a text, and one of the guys says, "Come over here and get our cars. They're flying off the lot like seagulls when they see French fries on the ground." I said, "Holy cow! I haven't heard that one before." Real quick, Costco fuel. Yes, the place up in Stuart is unbelievable. It's 20 cents a gallon cheaper than one on North Lake. And they really sell the gas. I've seen 3 to 4 tanker trucks a day coming into one on North Lake. It's amazing the fuel they sell. And let's see what else.
Unbelievable.
Oh, you can't say enough good about Costco. This is not a political statement because we don't do politics on the show, but Costco is suing the U.S. government right now, and they're suing the U.S. government for imposing tariffs. So you can see where they're coming from. Costco cares about their customers. They believe that the tariffs that have been imposed were illegally imposed. But the thing that really impresses me is they have the courage to sue the government. Now, all of you read the papers and watch the news, and you know what's going on. And when someone comes out and fights the government these days, watch out. You know, if you're friendly, you go along, you get along. If you go after the administration now, you're in trouble. So I've always loved Costco, and now I respect them more than ever to have the courage to go to bat for their customers, because I guarantee you they're going to come after Costco. The government's going to come after Costco, and it'll be Costco and their customers against the U.S. government here who are imposing these tariffs on everything. I bought Nancy a handbag for her birthday, and it was a beautiful handbag from India, made in India. And when they delivered the handbag, it was one day before her birthday. The UPS would not leave the handbag because there were tariffs on the handbag, and it took 2 or 3 days before we could finally get UPS to come back so I could pay the tariff to get her handbag. Now, that's just absurd. So anyway, God bless Costco.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Oh, one last thing. I had that F-Type Jag 2017 with a supercharger motor, snap, crackle, pop. I love the vroom vroom. No more Jags, gas powered. 26. Everything they got is going to be electric. I didn't realize they'd gone that.
I didn't either.
Yeah, that was news to me. So anyway, we do enjoy your show.
Thanks, Frank.
Look forward to and happy birthday again to both of you.
Stay safe and call back again.
Yeah, give us a call again, Frank. We love hearing from you. Have a great weekend. 877-960-9960. Or you can text us at 772-497-6530. You know, I mentioned last week about Earl's nationwide vigilantes, and they do great work. But I think this will make it more personal, more comfortable. We'll build a list of women, the women volunteers, across the country, women helping women. Does that sound like a good idea to you? I think it sounds like a fabulous idea. And maybe even go along and you can help someone in your neighborhood. You can help someone anywhere and everywhere. So if you're listening this morning and you're one of those women, a good negotiator, negotiator. I hate using that word. You feel like you're back in the marketplace, in the ancient marketplace, bargaining for a vehicle or anything else. But back to my point, maybe you can help another woman. Email us through earloncars.com or call the red phone. Number is on the website. Let's make something special happen. Kind of like a sisterhood, a smart, honest car buyers looking out for each other. Does that sound like a great idea? Sounds like a good idea to me. A win-win situation. Okay, our number, if you didn't jot it down, is 877-960-9960. You can text us at 772-497-6530. Don't forget we have a mystery shopping report. I think you're going to enjoy it this week. So stay tuned for that. And you can vote on that mystery shopping report at 772-497-6530. Now back to the recovering car dealer.
Yeah, Nancy and I just got our consumer reports, our new one. That's the most exciting day of the week or month for us. Where shows you what an exciting life we live. But I just have to remind you, it's just the most depressing thing that can happen to us is if we just bought something and we didn't check consumer reports, and we open consumer reports and find out that it was not number one on the list. But they cover everything, and just waiting for your hard copy of consumer reports makes no sense. You could go online and put any product in you want, and if you're an online member, you can see the most amazing analysis of everything you could conceivably buy is graded on consumer reports.
And to Earl's comment about the consumer report, here's proof that married couples, any couples, will fight over anything. So here we are with one consumer report, battling it out. We do it well. And I decided each of us would have our own consumer report, and it's labeled just like our peanut butter. I have Earl's peanut butter. He has his name on it. I have my peanut butter. He's not allowed to touch my peanut butter. I have my name on it. So anyway, just to give you a little open the door to the Stuarts. Now back to the consumer report.
Rick, I think you had a point.
No, not on that one.
By the way, as long as you don't, I'm going to mention this, that tires are featured in this week's or month's consumer report. And Nancy's holding the magazine up there. But everything you ever wanted to know about tires, and even where to buy the tires and how to check them yourself. One of the little-known facts is that when you buy a new car, the manufacturer puts the tires on the car, and they choose tires that are going to make them happy, not tires that are going to make you happy. And all the manufacturers do that. Now, what do I mean by that? The manufacturer knows that you're probably going to test drive the car, or at least you should test drive the car. And when you buy the car, you're going to, see how smooth it drives and rides. So they want tires that will give you the smoothest ride possible. Now, unfortunately, the tires that will give you the smoothest ride are not always the best tires. As a matter of fact, the smoother the ride tire, rubber, is going to wear out a lot faster. And you're going to have more problems with uneven wear and so on and so forth. So we call them the OEM tires. Sometimes they're okay, but don't get in the habit of saying, "Oh, my car came with Goodyears. I'm on another set of Goodyears." Go to Consumer Reports and check out what's best for your car and for you. Rick, you had a point.
Because those tires that came with that car, they're chosen by the manufacturer.
Yeah.
They're not chosen for your needs.
That's right.
Those tires are actually even specially made by the tire companies to go directly to the manufacturer because they are a special softer compound so that you get that cloud-like ride.
Yeah.
And then when you wear those out in 25, 30,000 miles, then you go back and, okay, you're going to buy tires now.
Well, you think you're buying the same tires back, but you're buying the same brand because, as Rick said,
right,
you can't buy tires on a new Honda. Honda buys those tires, puts them on their Hondas, and they look alike, they sound alike, but they are different for that reason.
Right, and now, say you had a set of Michelins on your car, or Goodyear, or even Toyos. Now you go back to buy those exact same tires, even the exact same model, and it's a different rubber compound, because now you're buying it from the manufacturer of the tire, and they're going to give you a tire that, yeah, it'll ride a little harder, but you're going to get a longer life and better quality out of that tire, because now they're not worried about, that honeymoon period of making it soft and squishy.
Yeah.
They want that tire to last, so that you'll come back and buy another set of tires from them.
On the subject of tires, I got my Consumer Reports open now, and I'm surprised about a couple of things. There's a company called Les Schwab Tire Centers. Les Schwab, SCHWAB Tire Centers, and they have the best score of all the different tire companies, and they're better than some good tire companies. They're better than Costco. They're the worst one on the list, Sam's Club.
No.
Yeah, that really shakes me up because I always thought they were really good. But I asked ChatGPT where was the nearest Lee Schwab Tire Center, and it was 1,700 miles away. So
I was just looking that up.
So you folks out there, and there's it's a regional, and there are like 5, 6, 7 states that have Lee Schwab. So if you're listening and you're in one of those states, but the next one is like Points Tire. There's a whole bunch of them. Anyway, everything
Why have we not heard
about
of these
tire
people?
in this month's January, February
Yeah.
Consumer Reports.
17. Where are they? Nevada?
Minnesota. I don't know where they are.
Wow, that one's out there.
That Schwab is really very, very well known. Well, not enough. We've never heard of it. But ChatGPT is talking about how well known they are, and how they take care of brakes and alignment, batteries, shocks, etc. They got the whole thing. That they're 1,700 miles away.
I don't think they heard you earlier, Nancy, when you said that you were going to give $50 instant pay, because that's the way we give our $50 now instantly to you. It's a Amazon gift card. And
Yes.
When you're on the phone, you look at your your smartphone, and there's your gift certificate. You've got it today, now, this minute.
And
If
to
you're
the
a first
young lady
time
that just
female
hung
caller,
up, that was a
normally
first-time
we only do it
caller.
for 2 female callers,
Yeah.
and Nancy just went berserk earlier in the show and said for all first-time new female callers.
Yeah.
So,
To the lady who just hung up, I'm really sorry you were on hold.
Call back.
Please call back.
Yeah.
Please call back. And to the audience that didn't hear me earlier, that $50 Amazon gift certificate that's emailed directly to you, all the females that are listening right now, I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you have to say. You know why? Your voice matters. I'm going to go to Greg, who's calling us from, I believe it's Macomb, Georgia. Good morning, Greg.
Yo, Greg.
Welcome.
You still there, Greg?
Are you listening to me?
Yes, I am.
My name is Tony, and up in Macon, Georgia.
Oh, well, no wonder you didn't answer. Hi, Tony.
Yeah. Okay.
They passed your name to, oh, here we go. They just passed me your name. They changed you from Greg to Tony.
All right. I am interested in a 1987 Toyota Sunraider motorhome.
Wow.
And I'm very concerned about what should I look at in terms of the mechanics, the engine, et cetera, et cetera. I really need some advice on that.
A Toyota motorhome?
A 1987?
I didn't know we had a motorhome.
Back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, even up into the early 90s, basically what happened is these companies would take Toyota pickups. It was basically just a straightforward Toyota pickup, and they would remove the bed from it and put a motorhome body on the back of the Toyota pickup.
Oh.
And basically what you're looking at is you have a 1987 Toyota pickup with most likely the 22RE engine in it.
Yes.
87 might have the 22R, but it's probably going to be the RE, which has fuel injection and is one of the most unbelievably durable four-cylinder engines that has been produced in world history. And I'm going to say that without a fear of contradiction anywhere, because that engine, so many people would find junk Toyotas and take that engine and use it everywhere else, because if with a little bit of reasonable maintenance, they would never quit. Those engines were capable of 500,000 and 600,000 miles without a hitch. I would definitely find a qualified mechanic that knows the older Toyotas, have them inspected over, especially listen for any signs of a rod knock or anything, because the only issues that we really did see with those is they would start to get some wear on the number 4 rod bearings especially. And I've actually seen them if they weren't caught in time and get those bearings replaced, the connecting rod, when it breaks, it could literally cut the block in two. So, I mean, it could be catastrophic there, but catch it in time, and that engine will last you forever. They simply were built not to break, and that's why they liked using them for those motorhomes. You know, it's not going to be a speed demon, but it'll get you from here to Alaska and back.
And isn't that classified as a classic motorhome?
Yes.
That would be a classic.
They're small, they're a little tight in size, but they're comfortable and cozy, and if done properly and maintained properly, you literally could live in that.
Sounds like it. Tony, you said you needed some advice. What other questions do you have about the 1987 Toyota motorhome?
It's mostly the mechanical. I have no familiarity with Toyota at all, so I'm very green. So what I got from your conversation is I really should listen to a minor knock in the engine.
I would definitely check for that, yes. Have it inspected by a good mechanic and make sure that you've got that checked out.
All right. Now, is it possible to replace that engine with some other engine if necessary?
Anything is possible. I mean, I have seen people put a Chevy 350 in a Volkswagen Beetlebug. I mean, so yeah, anything is possible if that, if you really want to push for it. Yeah, they can. I've seen various different engines placed in those. As a matter of fact, the 3.0 liter, I can't remember the actual engine designation for it, but the 3-liter V6 engine that Toyota was running back then, they can be squeezed in there with a little bit of some modifications for space, and you can make that happen as well.
Okay, what about more modern engine, like 90 or 2000s or in that cavity?
Again, with modifications, I mean, it can be done. I mean, money-wise, you might be looking at kind of a hefty price, but yeah, with certain modifications, it can be done.
I do want to differentiate between a used engine and a rebuild engine. Your rebuild obviously a little better used, and then you got to look at the warranty when you buy that engine. What warranty do they put on it? Maybe you might get a 1-year warranty or something like that.
Are the R22 engines rebuildable?
Yes. As a matter of fact, a decent mechanic could rebuild a 22R in the vehicle. Remove the cylinder head, drop the pan, and drop pop the pistons right out the top. I mean, the only thing you really couldn't do is try to change the main bearings on the crankshaft. For that, the engine would have to be removed. But again, a 22R, that engine can pop out of there in 3 or 4 hours.
Excellent, excellent. Is there anything else I should maybe look at mechanically for that year or series?
Not a
Rick,
whole
what
lot.
about the brakes? What about the cooling system?
Well, obviously, normal maintenance items, brakes, cooling system, anything like that,
Right.
you're going to want to have checked over. Transmission-wise, you might want to consider a rebuild on the transmission if it's got a lot of miles on it, just to make sure it's in decent shape. But again, there's so many companies out there that can do those for like less than $1,000, can overhaul that transmission and make it brand new again.
And I'd look for water damage also, without a doubt.
Excellent,
Yep.
excellent. They're claiming that it has 140,000 miles on it. Is that realistic for an 87?
For a motorhome, yes, because a lot of folks would not, it's not a daily driver. It's something that they're going to use mainly just on weekends, just once in a while. And as long as they've kept up on the maintenance on it, then that it'll handle it quite nicely.
And the only thing that I read about a disadvantage as far as this motorhome is concerned is it's a little slow as far as going up hills, if that's the direction you're going in,
Yes.
depending upon what part of the country you're visiting.
Yeah, that's the reputation on it. One last question. I understand this unit is titled in Florida, and they're trying to sell it in Georgia. And I think there have been other, I don't know whether they're scams or what, but it seems to be, is there any caution that you may know about or any scams related to moving things that are titled in Florida and then selling them in Georgia?
Well, Florida's a good title state. Depending on how recently the car was in Florida, when it was titled in Florida, it was legitimate. There was not the title. Florida probably has some of the tightest good title laws of any state. So, but if it was titled a long time ago in Florida and then since titled elsewhere, that'd be a different story.
Thank you. I think you've answered all the questions excellently.
Okay, Tony. We thank you for the phone call. We'd love to hear from you and find out how your purchase went and where you're going.
Yeah. I'll make a first trip to Florida.
Look forward to that. Don't forget to think of us and give us a call.
Okay. Thank you so very much.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye. Happy travels. Okay, wow. 9:29. The phone lines are, well, we can open them if somebody calls, but for now we're going to move ahead with the Mystery Shopping Report. And as I said earlier, you can vote on the Mystery Shopping Report at 772-497-65. Sorry about that. No, 772-497-6530. You can text your vote on the Mystery Shopping Report. So I'm going to hand it back to the recovering car dealer and let him get started on this, a nice Mystery Shopping Report.
Okay. This Mystery Shopping Report is of Audi in Stuart, Florida, no relation, Stuart. And the Audi dealership in Stuart is owned by an old friend of mine named Mario Mergado. And Mario has been in the business almost as long as I have. Started out in Miami a long, long time ago. And he's a Cuban refugee, came over from Cuba. And when they were having the Batista Castro tiff over there, and came over with nothing and has built himself an automotive empire. Just amazing what he's done. He's got, I don't know how many dozen dealerships. He likes luxury dealerships. I think he had a Pontiac dealership originally in Miami, and real nice guy. But the caution. I don't want to taint the Mr. Shopping Report because I happen to know the owner. Because if you have too many dealerships, you can't be everywhere and watch what's going on. That happened to me a while back. I had several dealerships, and I suddenly realized I was out of control. Or I should say, my dealerships were out of control. I couldn't visit all of them. Nancy used to laugh at me because I had my little briefcase. Then I got she gave me a briefcase for my birthday, but with my big briefcase that I had then, I rushed from dealership to dealership, and I just about killed myself trying to watch all the action.
Hey, you were on rollerblades, weren't you?
Yeah, so now I got one dealership, and it's a handful. And so I don't know how Mario and the rest of them do it. If you got 200 dealerships, well, what can I say? Anyway, but Mario does a pretty good job generally, but you can't be everywhere at the same time. So here we are. I'm speaking in the first person as if I were Agent Lightning, and we're going to go into Audi of Stuart, Florida. That's about 30 miles north of Palm Beach where we are, and it's in the southeast Florida. It's in the Sodom and Gomorrah era of southeast Florida, and most of the dealerships down here are rough and tumble. Okay, I arrived mid-afternoon and was greeted by Alejandro when I walked into the dealership. He greeted me saying he saw that I was checking out the new Q5 Quattro on the lot and asked if that was what I wanted to buy today. I'm not familiar with the models of the Audi, but this was the Q5 Quattro. I said, yes, if you have a little bit of time, that'd be wonderful. Perfect. Let me get the keys, he said. I checked out the Monroney label through the windshield. It was lying on the dash. Now, that's a negative. And to be fair, sometimes in Florida, and we have a hot sun down here, sometimes these things can get brittle and fall or be unreadable, and sometimes you can take them off, but you should put them back right away. So, but that was on the dash and visible. It was visible. MSRP was $65,050. $65,050. I guess for Audi, that's probably not a big high price. I waited just 2 minutes for him to grab the keys, and then we walked outside together. He asked me to wait up front and said he was going to pull the vehicle around to the front for me to check it out. Alejandro was very informative and spent almost 20 minutes going over the safety features and drive modes of the car before we stopped for a test drive. Now, that's a long time, 20 minutes, and that's really, to be honest with you, it takes a long time to cover all that. It's very unusual that someone would take that time. He pointed out more features as I was driving, and there are so many new features for the new 2025 models. And so I underlined that, and I circled 2025. Now, it's December, right? December 2025. So we would think, you get in the habit of it, oh, it's a new 2025. It ain't new. I mean, it is, but it isn't. And you regular listeners know what I'm talking about. Most of the cars being sold today that are new are 2026. And technically, legally, it's 2025s are new. But for that matter, 2024 is new if it hasn't been titled. So what you want is the car fresh? Did it just come from the manufacturer? That's a new car. And if it's this 2025, it's been sitting there for a while, I guess. I asked him if there was any special pricing going on for the holiday and the end of the year. And we talked last week about end of the year is really, if you know what you're doing, the best time to buy a new car. And that's because there's a culmination of sales bonuses for the salesmen, for the managers, for the owners of the dealership, for the manufacturers, Everybody gets big bonuses based on what kind of year they had. And that trickles down to you when you're buying the car. So it's true, but you still got to be careful. I asked him if there was, he asked if I was a Costco member. And we've been talking about Costco a lot today. Says that was their best pricing available. And I said, yes, I am. Great. You'll get our absolute best pricing. Now, that is the Costco member deal. It's not a fancy-dancy thing. They don't tell you what you have to charge. All Costco says is if you sell a Costco member a car and you're a Costco dealer, you have to sell it at a lower price than you'd sell that car to anybody else for. Now, think about it. That's a pretty damn good price. I mean, your brother-in-law, a senator, a president, your best friend, your mother. I mean, the lowest price you sold the car to somebody, you have to do it at a lower price for Costco. Okay? So that's a good deal if the Costco dealer is being true to the contract. So we have to make that assumption that he's being true to the contract. He then asked I asked if there was special financing as well. He said he believed, depending on qualifying credit scores and the terms chosen, it ranged from 1.9% to 3.9%. Now that's coming from the manufacturer directly, and that's pretty low, 1.9. We headed back inside, and he promised he would get me in and out as quickly as possible. He asked me to have a seat and offered me coffee, tea, or water. What is the old joke? Coffee, tea, or milk? That's a real old joke. Anyway, I digress. He was gone for about 10 minutes and returned with a Costco members-only price sheet. Now, that is very encouraging because usually even Costco members don't do that. They wait till you ask. And I always tell people, if you're in the Costco membership buying mode and you are a Costco member, always ask to see the Costco member-only price sheet, because otherwise you just have their word for it. And a car dealer's word is worth how much? Costco members-only price sheet, a vehicle invoice, and a sales worksheet. He had it in his hand. The Costco sheet showed they were taking $4,362 off the MSRP. That was comprised of a $3,362 discount and a $1,000 Audi rebate. The sale price was $59,689. Now, the Costco member-only price, which is on this legal Costco required price sheet, also itemized two fees that would be added to the discount price. Now you say, oh, that's not good. They're adding fees. There's nothing wrong with adding any kind of fee you want as long as you tell the customer up front that you've added the fee. It's not a fee when they add it, when the dealer adds it, it's profit. But just tell me about it. That way I can shop and compare with other dealers. So Costco says, okay, you got your fees. If you're going to add them, put it on the Costco members only price sheet that you're adding it. And that's what they did. They complied with Costco. So there was a $1,149 dealer fee and a $439 electronic filing fee. These are junk fees, but they were on the Costco members only price sheet. So they don't hurt you. You know what they are. And clearly disclosed. They abide by all that. Now, if you didn't want to buy, but you've got to believe the Costco dealer says that that's the lowest price, I would sell this car lower price than I sell to anybody else for. But at least you have the price, and you can shop and compare and find out if he's lying. So everything looks okay so far. Even with the junk fees, if Audi and Stuart was being true to the Costco auto buying program, this price is the lowest they offer to anyone on this vehicle. The worksheet seemed to match the Costco pricing, but all the fees, including legitimate ones, were lumped into one line. Even so, the numbers added up, and it's unlikely any additional junk fee was sneaked in. The price for what it's worth looked legitimate. I thanked him for his time and said that I would keep that in mind, but I had everything I needed for the day. He let me take pictures of everything. Remember last week what Nancy referred to, or the week before, they snatched the prices out of the Agent Lightning's hand, and they said, hey, yeah, take the price, shop and compare it. That's the way it should be. So I took my price home and said I'd come back with my husband, and I declined for right now, but said I'd be in touch. He wanted to make an appointment, but I said no. I'd like to move forward. He also said he would be sending me an email with all his contact information should I have any further questions. So there you have it. And we got copies of all the documents, everything just as Agent Lightning related to us. And we will vote on that. We have a vote from ChatGPT. I gave him the shopping report, and he read it in a microsecond and scored it in 2 microseconds. So we have ChatGPT's grade. We'd love to hear from you. We grade on the curve. And you regulars know that we give A's are like hen's teeth. You don't see too many hen's teeth. F's, we don't like F's either because they disqualify that dealer to ever buy a car from. And you got to have some dealers to buy cars from. So we generally try to stay between A and F. And as I said, I won't tell you ChatGPT's score.
And you can vote, ladies and gentlemen, because you make the show and we want to hear from you. Please text us your vote. Text us your vote for Audi Stuart. That's Stuart, Florida, at 772-497-6530.
Rick, what do we got?
We are looking right now to look for these coming in. I've got South Florida Two-Step says B minus. Showed all the proper papers, showed all the junk fees, but they still have junk fees, so a B minus. Negan says B for junk fees. And over on this channel, I've got Johnny Z. Fradley says, I think the dealer Audi give a bigger discount being a 2025 model. C minus. A little play on words there. Tim Gilliland, plus a good salesman, Costco price minus are the dealer fees. A minus. Tim, very generous there. Tom Steckel says D plus for deception. The junk fees in the Costco sheet totaled $15.88. However, on the worksheet, they were $21.76. What were the added hidden fees? I think those were the legitimate, like taxes or something else was added.
Yeah.
That would have been in there, the tax tag and title. Mark Smith says, I'm giving this Audi dealership a B minus. Joseph Kelleher, B minus. The junk fees lowered the grade. Mark Ryan, B. Brian Sedlatko, when you can buy a car below MSRP, it's a great deal. B. Scotty Florida says B. Mark H says B plus, professional presentation and price transparency. T Cash says C, not the deal of the century, but they'll make it back in the service department with that type of vehicle. Double check in here. Okay, we have Jonathan in the Palm Coast says, Earl said that dealership owner was a great guy, and it's probably true. The junk fees will cost the dealership a full grade, but overall it's not a bad deal. They treat the customer quite well. I'll give this dealership a solid B. And Bob from Maryland says A for Audi of Stuart. Myself, Cram just kicked in here with F, get rid of the junk fees. Also, it's a 2025. Myself, I'm going to go I'm going to say a B plus. I like the way they present it. Alejandro seems like a very nice guy. Presented everything straightforward. I didn't see any signs of game playing. They didn't even do that thing of, hey, sit here and let my manager come shake your hand.
Yeah.
You know, it was,
Right, yeah.
here's a straightforward deal. This is what we can offer you. And so, yeah, I think a B plus. I like it.
Yeah, I agree with Rick. You know, it was they're nice people. They were straightforward. The reason for my hesitation, everybody knows how I feel about junk fees, but no, this was a good mystery shopping report, and it just proves one thing: you really have to do your homework. They get a B from me because of the junk fees. I would normally have given this dealership an A, but it dropped to a B because of the junk fees. Earl?
Yeah, I hesitate there because the idea of the junk fees, and I'm not alibying for dealers that charge junk fees because we don't at our dealership. But the fact of the matter is, there are a lot of dealers that do it in self-defense, and I'm not sticking up for my buddy Mario Mercado either. I think that all dealers should eliminate their junk fees. But since we're the only dealer I know that has done that, I have to tell you that I know that it cost us business. To be totally honest, in the market, especially in South Florida, when we sell a Toyota, we have absolutely no junk fees. We don't. There's no surprises. We give the customer an out-the-door price, and we encourage them to shop and compare it with other dealers. And if they find a lower price, they should buy it. And that's pure. That's honesty. But what happens in reality is the less sophisticated consumer comes in. We give them our out-the-door price with no junk fees, and that consumer will go to a competitor down the street that will give them a lower price than our price, except it's not really a lower price because when they get into the business office, or maybe even sooner, they add the junk fees, and they add fees that sound like government fees. Notary and closing fee, that sounds pretty good. Electronic filing fee. They come up with some remarkably sophisticated names for the junk fees, and they'll do $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth of seemingly government fees that are junk fees, and they beat my price at our dealership, and they're never the wiser. So I'm not trying to defend Mario Mercado, but he's got so many dealerships that it would be costing him a whole lot more money than it costs us at Earl Stuart Toyota. But we know that we have people that come in that get hosed and buy a car at a much higher price because they think they're getting a legitimate deal and they're not. After they've shopped and compared our price, we encourage them to shop and compare our price, and it costs us business. So, in defense of Mario Mercado and Audi and Stuart, he probably looks at it that way. But when asked, they disclose the fees up front, like at the Costco buying program. So, with all that said, I'm going to give them. I'm not going to tell you my grade right now. First, I'll tell you about ChatGPT. ChatGPT gave him an A minus, and that's the highest grade, I think. Well, before ChatGPT was nutty, when we told him the grade on the curve, this is one of his highest grades, and he broke it down. Look at it very carefully, probably more carefully than anybody does. He goes through and he said what Audi and Stuart did was right. Product knowledge was excellent. Greeting and engagement was excellent. Pricing transparency, very strong. Pressure tactics, minimal. The low points were the junk fees. He said they were low, and That was $1,149 dealer fee and $430 electronic filing fee. But they were disclosed, and the number still worked. So they penalized them only a half a grade and made it an A minus. So I'm gonna go the same way. I'm gonna give them an A minus.
Well, I like Coach today. I like that he's becoming more involved, and he's got his thinking cap on, let's say, because he was reckless before and careless.
He was, yeah, he
when
was.
he was grading the mystery shopping report. And yeah, Coach, I said it. You were reckless. You were.
I know. Nancy and I are driving you crazy with Coach, but he's part of our family.
Oh, that's your.
I'm sorry
That's
to
your
say.
guy. I got my own guy. We got everything labeled in the house.
So, what about your grade, Earl?
A minus.
Okay.
A minus, yeah. That's highest grades. I don't think I've ever. Have I given an A? I don't think so.
I think you have like once or twice, but
Maybe,
very
yeah.
rarely.
Yeah.
I think the Wallace used car.
Oh yeah.
Remember that one up?
I do. Oh yeah.
Which was just like a
Unbelievable,
phenomenal
yeah.
shop. That was
Yeah.
almost scary. That one. I
We need to
almost
go
wonder
back.
if that was a.
We need to go back. And Wallace owns most of the dealerships in Martin County, and
Yeah.
I think he's getting to that point. Again, Bill Wallace is a friend of mine, but you reach a certain point, you just don't know what's going on.
For those that don't remember, this was a used car place that we went to shop up in Stuart area that was owned by Bill Wallace, and it was just like this breath of fresh air. It was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, they almost were handing roses out to people coming in the door. It was
They're probably out of
amazing.
business now because they didn't cheat enough. And
Yeah.
we'll check it out.
But
They're
yeah,
still there.
they did a great job there.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the very few times I've ever heard you give an A.
That's a nice story, Rick. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do we have any text that?
We actually can bring back Anne Marie's. We kind of did partially on it.
Yeah.
And one of the things, oh, by the way, Anne Marie also says, best wishes for a speedy recovery to Stu. So we all appreciate that, and we're all hoping for Stu to feel better very soon. She goes on to say, though, where she mentioned the Costco having these holiday incentives on Chevy, GMC, Cadillac, Volvo, and Polestar. And she says she wonders, does Costco's auto program with the special limited time exclusive incentives ever include Toyota among their featured manufacturers?
No, and I think that the manufacturers are really beholden to the dealers, and the manufacturers that are very successful, and Toyota is the most successful, the dealers are very happy, and even though some of the happiness on both sides is just made up to some extent, the harmony, I'm trying to say, between the dealers and the Toyota dealers and the Toyota manufacturer is there. So the dealers don't like the Costco program. The dealers don't like the idea that I got to sign a contract that says I'm going to sell a Costco member a car for less than I sold that car to anybody else. That's pretty strong. And so when they have the big meetings between the manufacturers like Toyota and the dealer representatives, I used to be on the National Dealer Council, and I sit down with all the big shots from Toyota, and we would talk back and forth. Toyota wanted to keep the dealers happy, and if they did something like sign up for the Costco auto buying program, the dealers would be very unhappy. Audi dealers, there's not enough of them to make a difference, and all they're trying to do is sell some more Audis, and that goes for General Motors. General Motors wants to sell some more cars too, because they're struggling. So they go anywhere they can, and they know that by going to the Costco program, they'll sell more cars. But I promise you, the Buick dealers and the Cadillac and the Chevrolet dealers don't like the Costco program.
Yeah. We also had a photo of an article came in from DEC, and it doesn't give me any context as where it's from, but it says it's from Happy Motoring by Teresa Aquila, is the author of this article. And it says, is Chrysler at the end of the road? And basically it goes on to say that Chrysler looks like they're really having some issues and people are wondering about its financial health. However, the CEO confirmed Chrysler plans to remain operational and is introducing a new electric vehicle by the end of 2025. And of course, they're wondering, is that going to be enough to keep Chrysler afloat? So that's something, folks, you may want to watch for. If you own Chrysler stock, I don't know, this might be the time to.
Yeah, Chrysler's a dead man walking. They're goners, in my opinion. And if you want to go way out, I'll be. This will be true. In 20 years, there will only be probably 4 auto manufacturers in the world.
Okay, hey,
I think you might be right.
Real quick, because we're running out of time. We talked a lot about gas and Costco and so on and so forth. And Consumer Report points out the fact that premium gas, it's definitely overused today. It's not necessary in most cases. 91 octane. It's not important. So unless your owner's manual tells you to use premium gas, use the gas that you want to use. You make the choice, okay? But premium gas isn't going to make a difference. It is overpriced. Today, you don't want anything that's overpriced. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great show that we had. We appreciate your presence, your calls, your Facebook, everything, how you join us. And I want to let the ladies know next week, every single lady that calls the show, she's going to receive a $50 Amazon gift certificate. I just want to see how many women are still listening to the show right now. I'll be right here waiting for your call next week. Everybody have a great weekend.